Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Well, this is a much anticipated box, and as you can tell by the title of the video, this is the Rocky Mountain Westy front bumper. This is the Twin Peaks bumper that's going to be fitted to Von Westy. So I'm going to open up the box here in a few moments and pull out all the parts and then start working on getting this front bumper off and trying to put the new one back on. Alright, well there's the box opened up. It's a little bit different than the rear bumper assembly. So everything apparently gets fitted into a much smaller box. You can see that was one of two boxes there that the rear bumper came. So yeah, let me pull everything out of the packing peanuts and get it spread out on the floor, and we'll see what we have as far as contents. All right, well there is everything out of the box. So looks like we've got our end pieces here and here, and that's probably the center section. Those are probably some of the brackets, and I'll have to undo this, and of course there is, let's turn that around. There we go. So the Twin Peaks front bumper hardware. All right, well, let's see about getting the bumper off of Von Westy. All right, well, the first thing is that I got the got that plug right there out. So this is an 86 again, 86 Vanagon. I'm gonna take that little plug and see if I can get it with this pick. If I can do it without. Yeah, just go get a little flat blade. Yeah, let me get a little flat blade, see if I can squeeze it in there and get that out. Yep, okay, so I was able to get, this is one that I've had modified for a while, this little flat blade, but I was able to get back in there, pop that out, and I don't know if you can see in there, but it's going to be a Phillips head screw. And then I guess I'll be taking the bolt out here, and it should be the same on the right hand side. Okay, so getting that as well as the front plug, so that enables you to get the whole front end cap off, which leaves you with a little bit of a dirty mess back here behind the scenes, but you can see how the bumper conforms to the actual frame or the monocoque bodywork. All right, let me go. Oh, and there's that clip. So don't know if we'll need that, but probably a good idea if you're going to reuse these bumpers or you're going to sell them. Might be a good idea to retain those little clips there. All right, so if yours is anything like mine here, these are just about ready to pop off anyway. So let me see if, and about time to get this one repaired anyway, or replaced, because look at that. Okay, let me put the camera down, let me get this off. All right, so this is the right side. So there's the plug that goes on the front, and it looks like it's seen better days. And then if your bumper hasn't been off, then expect the little side screw that holds the plastic cap to look a little bit crusty like this one. Okay, let's get the plastic cap off. All right, so with both end caps off, I'm going to remove the bolts here on either side. These are 13 millimeter. I'm going to put the camera down so this thing doesn't slam into me. Okay, well, that was a good idea to put the camera down. So there's the body work. So it was just the 2 bolts that was holding it on to the body. And then there's the bumper. Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. I mean, that's probably stuff that could polish out. It's not, it's got one minor dent right there. But overall, it's still a pretty decent. Okay, so the instructions have been printed out. It's about 5 pages. And glad that I did, because here on page 2, it's talking about clamp the mounting bracket to pull the bracket in toward the van. Because it looks like I'm going to have to drill some 1/8" holes in the center of the bottom marks. And then, well, there's an 1/8", then there's a 1/2" drill bit required to bore the top and bottom holes. And that has to be done on both sides. So let's see what we've got here. And then place the mounting brackets in position. Okay. So I'm going to need to get my clamps and a couple of drill bits and get this taken care of. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we've got step 2 here on one side of the bumper. Locate the 2 sets of 3 holes, and then we're going to align the mounting bracket holes with the 2 front holes. Okay, so what they're talking about, so here's the first set of 3, here's the second set of 3, and then there's this big hole here, and I guess you got these 2 holes here. So let's see what we can do about getting those mounting brackets undone out of their plastic wrap and getting them up here along with the clamp. Okay, so the top holes have been drilled out with a 1/2". So that's that. So next step is going to be getting underneath the van and drilling. I've already done the 1/8" holes on the bottom side of the van, but one piece of advice that I'd like to give is that rather than getting all these shavings in your face or in your eyes, go ahead and take your shop vac and try to get as much of that as possible, as well as wherever your work surface is on the floor, or shop floor, or blanket like what I've got here. Okay, well, the mounting brackets are on. That's a bit of a pain in drilling the holes and getting them aligned properly for the carriage bolts to work on them correctly. So anyway, yeah, the way it works is that on the bottom of the brackets there is a it's smooth on the castellated part of it, but on the top part of the bracket is the welded on castellated nut, if you will. So next is going to be putting on the J-clips on all 4 of the brackets before putting on the main wings. And usually what I do with these J-clips is that I take a rubber mallet and I just kind of tap it into place. Okay, well, I've got the left and right wings on. They're bolted in. Not got them on there too tight. Don't crank them down all the way. But they're on. I've just got the center section sitting on there. There's 3 J-clips to a side on the side wings. So there's one here, here, and then here. And then there's going to be one here, here, and here. Okay, well, the center beam is on. So let's see how that's looking. I think that's looking pretty darn good. Okay, J-clips are on for the side winglets here. That go down these. So yeah, there's 3 J-clips per side. So 2 on the top, and then there's 1 right here. Okay, well, all of the parts are on. So I know somebody had a question about the rear bumper in that video about whether it touches the body. This side, I don't have any kind of problem with clearance there. It is wider on this side than it is on this side, but it is not touching the body. I mean, this thing, it's solid. There's no doubt about it. It's very much of the same steel, the same thickness as the rear bumpers. This is a little more cumbersome to have to put on the van though, and a lot of it has to do with having to drill into that support structure back there. But overall, I think that's looking pretty darn good. It certainly beefs up the front profile, so it's a little more I don't know, I guess a little more Mad Max looking kind of configuration. But if somebody hits you with that bumper, or you hit them with that bumper, yeah, they're probably not going to fare too well, because that's about like being hit with a U-boat. I know this has been a really challenging time. This particular front bumper, I think I've been waiting for them to come back, I guess about a month and a half, maybe a little bit longer, just because of the supply and demands and everything that's happening in the supply chain here in summer of 2020. But hopefully things will clear up around the world and our supply chains will be somewhat back to normal. And I think I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wrap up the video for now. So as always, thank you for tuning in. There's going to be another video or two. Again, the one about the second part on the cooling system. I'll go ahead and I'll film that and let you guys know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in again.